Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it was sent to me by one of our admins, and the message reads like this. Good morning, African Confessions. I am a man now in my 30s, and my story will begin with a prayer that I made when I was only 27. And life in Soweto was hard, and today as I am writing this, I ended up doing some things that I never thought that I would do, things that are unthinkable. But let's us start with the prayer so that you can understand what I did. So this was the prayer that I said. Dear God, as I am sitting here in my small room in Soweto, feeling defeated and feeling hopeless, I am in my late 20s and I have been searching for a job for what feels right now like forever. Every day I wake up with a sense of dread, knowing that I have to wake up and face another day that will be full of rejection and disappointment. Poverty has become my companion. I have grown accustomed to the taste of tea and fat cakes. That is all that I can afford. I have applied for countless jobs, but nothing seems to be coming through. I have lost count of the number of times that I have been told no or simply ignored. I feel like I am losing myself in the sea of unemployment. I am a young man full of dreams, but the harsh reality of my situation, it is killing me softly. I am starting to doubt if I am worth anything. I even doubt if I have a future. I look around me and all that I see is just struggling. Others like me, they are struggling just as much. My community, it is plagued by the demon of poverty, crime, and desperation. I feel like I am drowning in a world that seems to be moving forward. This world, it is moving forward without me. What about my friend? He got a job and now he has a car. He has left me behind. He has moved on with his life. He has moved out of the community. He is now staying in the suburbs. I confess, God, that I have lost hope. I have lost faith in myself, and I have lost hope in the system. I have lost sight of a better tomorrow. All I see is the bleakness of today, but still I hold on to the glimmer of hope that things will get better, that someday somehow I will find a way out of this darkness, that someday I will be able to provide for myself and my loved ones. Please, God, hear my cry. Please, oh Lord, hear my cry. Help me to find a way out of this wilderness. Give me the strength to keep me going, even when I am lost. Amen. I could not believe my eyes when I received a call from an old friend that I had never seen in a couple of years the following day, inviting me to a dinner in Santon. We had grown up together in Soweto, but he had made it big in life, and I had, well, let's just say I was still trying to make ends meet. As I arrived at the restaurant, I was taken aback by its grandeur. The place was stunning, with sparkling chandeliers, crisp white tablecloth, and a breathtaking view of the city skyline. I felt like a small fish in a big pond, completely out of my element. My friend greeted me with a warm smile and led me to our table. Order anything you like, my friend, he said as we pursued the menu. Don't worry about the cost tonight. We have to celebrate life and old friendship. I was taken aback by his kindness. The prices on the menu, they were just too much. One could even buy a car, and I could not help but gasp as I scanned the options. But my friend just laughed and told me to go for it. I hesitated at first, but then I decided to let loose, and I then started ordering. I ordered the most expensive dish that was on the menu, and my friend, he just laughed at me and clapped me on the back. He said, "That is the spirit, that is the spirit." As we waited for our food to arrive, my friend told me about his journey to success. He had worked hard, taken risk, and never given up on his dream. I listened intently, feeling a mix of inspiration and envy. When our food arrived, I was blown away by the presentation and all the flavors. It was like nothing that I had ever tasted before. My friend and I, we talked and we laughed, enjoying each other's company. And for a brief moment, I forgot about all of my struggles. As the night wore on, my friend leaned in and said, "You know what, my friend? I know things are very tough right now, but I believe in you. You have so much potential, and I want to help you to unlock it." I was taken aback by his words, and for a moment I felt a lump on my throat. No one had believed in me like that in a very long time. As we finished our meal and prepared to part ways, my friend handed me an envelope with a generous gift that was inside. "Use this to get back on your feet," he said, "and remember, I am always here for you." I left the restaurant that night feeling like a new man, with a renewed sense of hope and a belly that was full. My friend had shown me that even in the darkest times, there is always a glimmer of light, and that sometimes all that it takes, it is a little bit of kindness to change someone's life. As I stepped out of the car and into the winding driveway, I could not help but wonder where I was. The house that stood before me was a sight to behold, a sprawling mansion with towering pillars, expensive windows, and a perfectly manicured lawn. I felt like I had entered a different world, one that was far removed from the humble streets of Soweto where I grew up. My friend who had been driving noticed that I kept on looking, and he said, welcome, Chief. This is where I am staying. This is my castle," he said with a grin as he led me towards the front door. As we stepped inside, I was struck by the opulence that surrounded me. The interior was tastefully decorated with expensive furnishings and a lot of artwork and cutting-edge technology. Every room, it was like it was a masterpiece. Each one, it was more breathtaking than the last one. I could not help but wonder how my friend had achieved this level of success. We had grown up together, sharing similar dreams and aspirations, but somehow he had managed to turn his into reality. I, on the other hand, I was still struggling to make ends meet. The following day, he invited me over to his house. As we walked through the house, my friend pointed out various features and shared stories about his journey. He showed me his home gym, his private movie theater, and even his indoor swimming pool. Each new revelation left me more and more amazed. Despite everything that surrounded me, my friend remained humble and grounded. He spoke about his struggles, his setbacks, and the hard work that had brought him to where he was today. I listened carefully, soaking up each and every word like a bathing sponge. As the evening wore on, we sat down in his very beautiful living room, surrounded by floor-to-ceiling windows that offered a very stunning view of the city skyline. My friend handed me a glass of fine wine, and he said that I have made love. My friend handed me a glass of wine as he said, "You should try it." And I said, "Try what?" And he told me that he had made love to a lot of women whilst looking at the stunning view of the city skyline. My friend then said, "You know what, my friend, I want to help you to get back on your feet. I believe in you, and I know that you have what it takes to succeed in life." I was taken aback by his offer, but deep down, I knew that I needed help. I had been struggling for so long, and a part of me had given up hope. But as I looked around at the beauty that surrounded me, I knew that I could not give up. I had to keep pushing forward no matter what. As the night wore on, my friend's demeanor changed. He became more serious and mysterious, and I sensed a shift in the atmosphere. He led me to a private room deep within his mansion, and I felt a sense of just hopelessness. But when I felt hopeless, that was when he told me that everything was going to be okay. He then said, "Welcome to my true world." As he invited me into his private room, he said, "I have been waiting for the right moment to introduce you to this life." I was taken aback as he revealed a dark and a sinister reality. He spoke of secret societies, occult practices, and he showed me a lot of pictures of our leaders that wore the same rings with the Freemasons. I felt like I was being initiated into a dark cult. My friend seemed to burn with inner fire as he whispered, I have made a pact with the devil himself. So he said, I have sold my soul for success, power, and wealth. I was horrified, yet I was fascinated because this was my only way out of poverty. My brother, as I looked around the room, I saw strange symbols etched into the walls, and the air was thick with the scent of incense. I felt like I was trapped in a nightmare. My friend then said, you can have this life too. Just sign the contract and you will never want for anything again. I was torn. Part of me was tempted by the promise of power and wealth, but another part of me screamed to get out of there as fast as I could. As I hesitated, my friend said, come on, join me in this wonderful world. Don't you want to hang around with the most beautiful women in our country? I know that you want to do that. I knew then and that I had to escape, but as I turned to leave, I felt a cold hand on my shoulder. My friend's grip was like a vice, and I knew that I was trapped. He kept on saying, come on, welcome to the dark side. From now on, with everything that you have seen, you can never go back. You can never be normal again. As I tried to shake off my friend's grip, I felt a surge of adrenaline coursing through my veins. I knew that I had to think fast or I was going to be dragged back into that room. Brother Nashi, after that, my friend, that was when he kept on dragging me back into that room. I tried to shake him off, but when he dragged me back into that room, that was when he blew some ashes straight into my face. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our admin who is busy working on the translation of that message. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world.